Welcome back if you're returning. This is a coffee bar that we've made for the local Legion. So I'm going to show you roughly how we did that. And this is the reclining chair for baby Teddy's nursery. So I'll show you that afterwards. And I've also got a bit of thrifting and 3 thrift hauls that I've done over the last few weeks, and I've just been saving them up to do in one video. This is a really nice little thrift store. It's called Thrifting Mission for Thrifting, or Thrifting for Missions, that's what it's called, and it's about 15 minutes from home. Mission Thrift Store, that's what it's called. It's got it on the sticker. This place is great. It has some great items, it has some great prices. Most of them are really well priced. Some of them are a little bit out there, but it's not bad. This place also has an auction area where you have a book and you put you bid on different items. We have one in the next town over, which is okay. It's not as good as this one. The prices are a bit off, but as I said, this one is not a bad little stall. As I said, I'm having difficulty at the moment because I'm not shopping at Goodwill or Value Village, because honestly their prices are, first of all, are ridiculous. Everything they get is donated and they don't give anything back to any of the communities. There's nothing in it. The money just goes to shareholders. And you know what, if I'm going to be paying overpriced for stuff, I'd rather it went back into the community or is helping somebody somewhere. So, you know, that's me. I'll get off the pulpit now and I'll just show you what I picked up in this great there's 2 or 3 little thrift shops that I went to. I really had to think about this box. I think it was $4. I really liked it. I love the inlay in the top. I like the handles on the side. I would have probably made over the sides of it. I really like this, but then I thought about it and I thought I really don't need any more boxes. There was some really cute little, I'm really getting into ornaments. You can tell I'm getting old. I'm picking little things up here. I'm trying not to. I'm trying to buy stuff and then get rid of stuff in and out. I really have a fascination with artwork as well, always have done. That was a really nice one for $25, which to me for that quality is good. But again, I've got a lot of artwork and I do interchange it quite often, but I figured I was good to go. I was checking out the picture frame area, found a couple of little brass frames. It was funny, I used to collect them a lot. I used to find them a lot. I'm finding them now, but they've probably gone up in price, probably by about 500%. I have picked a couple up recently and they'll be in my thrift haul, but since I've done the bathroom, I have been looking for glass jars to put on the shelf, to put little bits of, you know, like Q-tips and cotton swabs, things like that. So I have been looking for them. I've got a couple, but that's something that I've got rid of in the past and now wish that I hadn't. But hey, thank goodness for thrift stores. Across these 4 quilted throws, I would have called them. They weren't full size, but they were like the type of thing that you throw on yourself when you're sitting on the couch, or you know, you just want to be warm. A single person throw, and they had been made, I think, by a quilter. They'd done a beautiful job on them. They were $8, and I've got a lot of throws. I didn't pick them up, but somebody is going to get a lot of enjoyment out of them. They were just really nicely made, and the colours were lovely. course, always check out the lamps. I love the shape of this, and I think if you did a nice paint job on this, you could really sort of turn it around and make it look a lot more contemporary. Even the shade wasn't too bad, but I really did like the shape of it, and $12. I mean, that's great for a lamp that size. This little doll's house was so cute, and honestly, if I thought I could get all the little furniture for it, I'd have picked that up for somebody. But hey, this is the area that they have, which is the silent auction, and they really do have some nice stuff on this. This was actually a chest. It was all cedar lined, which was lovely, and this cabinet was gorgeous. And I think on average these were going for about $40-50 currently. I mean, obviously I think it goes a week. The last bid has to be a week without anybody bidding on it, and then you win the item. But again, as I said, they have some really lovely items. I love these candlesticks. I thought they were gorgeous. I don't come here often enough for me to bid on it. I think if there was something that I saw that I really, really wanted, I might come back sort of once a week, but normally I only come here every now and again. No, the only thing I was really tempted by were these inkwells at 110 and the vase, really William Morris sort of Art Deco. And then there were some copper pots and pans that I really, really like. So I may go back next week and see what the bids are on those. But I think they're going to be popular items, and I'm probably going to be outbid. So let's have a look at what I actually thrifted. So obviously I haven't had a good thrift haul in a while. So this has been collected over the last probably couple of months. As I said, glass jars I'm looking for. A little bit unusual to put in the bathroom on the shelf, so that one I picked up. I think that was $1. This little glass is already in the bathroom. This is very pretty. I'm not sure anything about it, but it was 50 cents, and I love the color of it and the style. This little one is the Friendly Village, I believe, and again has gone with my collection on my shelf in the kitchen. I do believe that was $2. I also picked up this, it's a runner, it's all handmade, and I picked up this runner and these two scarves, and if you noticed I used them last week on my lampshade makeovers, and I think they were probably $1 each. So the runner I will use, the scarves I already have used, and this little bit of trim will go in my stash. I also picked up a packet of little bits and bobs that I pick up here and there. There was this tissue cover box that I'm going to make over, do a spring makeover. I've got a few items that I'm going to be making my own toile, spring themed toile, and I'm going to be doing some makeovers, so look out for those in the next few weeks. This was another thrift haul. These are some lovely floral scarves that I've picked up. Again, I'm going to be using these. I've got picture frames that I want to cover. I've got a few different like decoupage jobs, and I thought the patterns on them were beautiful. I also collect usually vintage gloves, but I found these are lovely, and the best thing about these pair and the pink ones, they have the little things in the fingers so that you can use your cell phone, especially when it's minus 35 degrees. You don't want to take your fingers out of your gloves to answer your phone, so those are great. The one is a pink velvet, and it's got a little bit of leather around the top, so those are really nice. These are newer. These ones are leather, and I've got a big collection of leather gloves. I always pick them up. I love them. They're great. Use them every day. I also pick up notions, always have done, always will do. Got a little bag here for, I think, was it $1, and it's got all sorts in it, and what I'm going to do is put them in this little Hershey's box, which was 75 cents, so I have a little sewing kit in each room, because if you're like me, I go around the house and I always looking for my sewing kit, so I keep one in each room. These I should say were a great bargain. As soon as I walked in the store, I saw them. I thought, wow, $3.50 each, brilliant. And the price is great because I'm seeing these in other places and probably 3 times, if not more. This little jug had no lid on it, but it reminds me of a Clarice Clift collection, and it just, again, very Art Deco. Love this. I think I'm going to put it in my kitchen on the shelf. I just think it's just gorgeous. Probably one of my favourite finds. Funny little thing, paint's coming off it, but I just love it. This was a nice little find. I used to collect vintage cigarette cases. I don't know what happened to my collection. I've got 1 or 2 left, but I had some really lovely ones. This is a reproduction, I believe, and I think it's probably a pillbox, but look at that. It's just so pretty, and I thought it will look really nice in my cabinet of curiosities. This was a solid brass picture frame, and I think I probably spent about $3 or $4 on this. I used to get these for $1.50, but they're getting very popular. I can see them anywhere from $10 to $20 now for those, which is ridiculous. This was a great little find. I love these little stands. Again, they're metal, so they don't break, and they just look nicer when they're on the shelf. So there we go. I also grabbed these. I love brooches and pins. I don't see them very often, especially ones that are well priced and have that lovely vintage look about them. This is a sterling silver, and it's from the Royal Air Force. I think it's Canadian Royal Air Force, and I think there was a whole bunch of them in my local thrift store. So obviously they probably come from somebody's estate, and there's so many, when you pick things up like this, I'd love to know the history behind them. You know, somebody's had these during the war, and it just melts my heart. So this one is an actual locket. The one is silver with the little diamonds in it. This one is not gold. It's got a stamp on it, so it's gold, roll gold, but it's not real. And then this was a great find. I thought perfect for Valentine's Day. It's got like convex glass on it, and a leather bound. Somebody's put that on the back to hang it up, and it's ripped it, but it's a lovely little piece, and I think I got that for $4. I just really like that, and I thought, again, perfect, very vintage, perfect for Valentine's Day. And I think with the pins I paid either $3 or $4 each. This little jar came home with me. This was $1. That's going on the shelf in the bathroom. We have a murder mystery coming up at the end of the month, set in the 1940s. So that little plant, by the way, was $1.50 from IKEA originally. I picked up this vintage pattern. I think it's probably from the 80s, and I'm going to adapt that to make a suit. Based sort of wartime suit. I also picked this up for $2. This is brand new, and I'm going to put little sections. I'm going to put pictures and little bits in, and hang it on the wall. I'm going to do either a spring theme, an Easter theme, I think something like that, and that'll be in an upcoming video. Also picked up these 2 little items. The forks are asparagus or fish forks, and I'm not sure what the little thing is. It looks like a card holder. If you know what that is, let me know. But this was the find. I had one of these cast iron Christmas tree stands 20 years ago, and I paid $5 for it. I got that for $5 the other day, and I was so pleased with it. A couple of ladies tried to pry it out of my fingers, but no, I brought it home. So I'll be putting that away in the Christmas box till next year. I'll probably forget all about it before then, but it'll be a nice surprise when I open that box. So here's the items that I picked up. This has gone directly into my display cabinet, and I will be putting a few more Valentine items in and around it. This has also gone in the display cabinet. This is now out on the shelf in the kitchen and just looks amazing. And this is the shelf in the bathroom. As you can see, I've got a few different little glass bottles that's been displaying stuff, and it just looks so nice on the shelf. Here's my little sewing box that is sitting in the kitchen drawer, and my 2 candlesticks, which will be going in the living room when I do my spring makeover. Looking forward to actually changing the colours up and getting things ready for the spring season. To show you the coffee bar that mostly my husband, but I did help him make this. We were donating this. It's 80 years since the end of World War II, and the local Legion, which my husband is quite involved in, was in need of a new coffee bar. So we saw this cabinet out and about, and it's something that I've always wanted to do, just don't have the room in the house for one for my own. So what we did was we took this cabinet apart, and he took the doors off the front, took the backing off, and then fitted the doors across the back, and then we're going to cover the backing in like a fabric. It's like a plaid fabric, but it's in the colours of the Legion, which is the greens and the reds. He built a drawer in the bottom with 2 little cubby holes, a shelf high up, and somewhere to put the coffee machines, and in the cabinet below he made a space for the microwave oven. So we've been working on this over the last couple of weeks. As I said, it's mainly him. I've been helping out here and there. This is the pieces that he's taken off, he's rejigged into, like I said, cubby holes, and this is just some trim that goes on the edge to finish the edges, and then once it's all stained up, it all looks as though it was meant to be. So I'm sure you've all done this before or have seen this done before, but it's a very quick and easy way to finish off wood once it's been cut. And as I said, once it's stained, it'll all blend in seamlessly, we hope. This was the piece of plaid that I thrifted, and of course the colours were perfect, and it was kind of one of the kicking off points. As you can see, I just glued it to the backing board and then put it back on, and this is the finished item. We took all the hardware off, resprayed it, added electricity, put a light in it, a little shelf for memorabilia, and then the pièce de résistance was done on the laser printer, and my son and I did that, and it's really pleased. It looks absolutely gorgeous where it's in place. It looks as though it's been there forever, and everyone's very pleased with it, so we're quite happy with how this turned out. The next item that I had been working on was this chair. Hubby saw this, and it is really comfortable, but I knew I had to refinish it, and I've never actually done a chair like this before. I've done all sorts, but not this one. Oh my god, I wish I'd never started it. It took me nearly 2 weeks to do this because I just had to keep walking away. I was so frustrated with it. It took so much fabric. Oh my god, if it hadn't been for little Teddy, I wouldn't have done it, but I did, and I'll never do it again. It was so many pieces. I kind of laid out the fabric because I was trying to match the fabric pattern, and there was this pillow folded down onto that one, and then this one folded up, and then, you know, as the chair reclined, you could see certain parts of it. So, it was just mad. And I had a lot of material that I thrifted this material as well, but and then it was so big it wouldn't fit through the living room door, and I had to do it in the kitchen, so the kitchen was in uproar for nearly 2 weeks while I was doing this. Honestly, it really just drove me nuts. And then I was trying to do it as good as I could, because I mean, it's different when you're making stuff for yourself. You know what's entailed, you know, if it's not perfect, it doesn't matter. When you're making it for somebody else, I became a little bit obsessed, because I didn't, you know, people to come and say, oh my god, that looks like a where'd the heck did you get that from? So by the end of it, I thought, that's it, I'll never ever do this again. But when it was finished, it wasn't too bad. I did manage to match the pattern as best as I could, and I used a combination of glue, stitching and staples, so it doesn't look too bad. Now the only problem was I needed to trim all of the joins, and I didn't have enough of anything, so with the bits of material that was left, I cut strips and made my own bias tape, and then sewed it all together all the way, and it turned out better than I thought it would, so I'm not unhappy with it, and when it's in the room it looks lovely. And again, I'm pleased with it, but I will never ever do anything like this again. It was honestly a nightmare, and I don't say that very often, but yeah, so I did it in stages. As I said, I did the back pillows first, and then I did the side panels, and then I did the seats and the arms, and then the dogs decided they wanted to sit on it, and every day I'd have to brush all the dog hair off. But here it is, the finished item in the baby's room, and again, like I said, I'm very pleased with how it turned out, and I think Teddy's mummy and daddy's quite happy with it as well. And as I said, it is the comfiest chair ever. So I think there'll be a lot of sleep being taken on that little chair.